So you hear the term training to failure often in the fitness industry. And I'm here to tell you that 99.9% of you are not training to failure. You think you are, but the truth is you're not even coming close to actual muscle failure. And in today's video, I'm going to show you an example by an exercise scientist and pretty well-known researcher of what training to failure should not look like. And then I'm going to correct it with an example of what proper momentary muscle failure looks like while during an exercise. Before I do that, guys, please hit the like and subscribe button, bell notification icon, so you can be notified when I debunk more of this fitness industry nonsense. So what is momentary muscle failure, or more commonly referred to as just failure? Well, is the point in an exercise where you can no longer complete the positive phase of a repetition in the prescribed form. This is very important because you could potentially start to reach failure, then contort your body and get more mechanical leverage and complete another repetition, but this does not count as true momentary muscle failure. But one thing a lot of people don't understand about muscle failure is how we achieve it or how we approach it. Keep in mind, you approach muscle failure. You do not reach muscle failure and then just stop. And this is what I noticed among the fitness industry. People are pretty much using a predetermined cadence, maybe 1 up, 1 down, or 2 up, 2 down. And when they can no longer continue that predetermined cadence, they stop. And they call that momentary muscle failure or reaching failure. This is wrong. If you are truly approaching muscle failure, your repetitions will slow down towards the end of the set and the closer you get to momentary muscle failure. Failure is not abrupt. Failure is approached slowly. So when you normally see people 1, 2, 3, 4, done, that is not failure. Failure, if it is approached abruptly, is simply the inability to continue that exercise with the predetermined cadence. It is not true momentary muscle failure. And I'm going to show you an example here of Dr. Brad Schoenfeld, who does a lot of research supporting the multiple set theory. And we're going to see what his failure looks like versus what my failure looks like.
Targeting roughly 8 to 10 reps. The first couple, we're going to stop a little short of failure, probably 1 or 2 reps in reserve. So talking like 9 or 10 reps with a...
So right here is saying they're doing 2 sets with reps in reserve, which is literally pointless because you're not really stimulating or recruiting anything at that point. And the third set is going to be taken to failure. But when you see what he considers failure, you're going to laugh because it's clearly not muscle failure. So here goes Brad approaching his set to muscle failure.
Elbows, squeeze.
And this is the researcher that we're relying on for all the latest bodybuilding information. Please.
Good. All the way to failure. There we go, all the way to failure. That's my failure, man.
Guys, look how short he stopped a failure. He considers that failure. This is not failure.
All the way to failure.
Is an exercise researcher who is the proponent and the advocate for multiple set high volume training giving up in a set. No wonder multiple sets and high volume are more effective in his research, because that is what he considers a set. Pathetic. You're barely stimulating anything doing that. That is not failure. That is quitting. Dr. Brad Schoenfeld, responsible for all this nonsense, multi-set, high-volume, high-frequency training, considers that a set of exercise? Pathetic. let's look at what a real set to muscle failure looks like.
I always like to
Now you can see the first couple of repetitions are moderately challenging. Not too bad, but as you approach repetition 7, 8, 9, and 10, the intensity picks up drastically. Maintaining proper form, keeping the muscles loaded, and look how difficult and intense and slow the last couple of repetitions become. That is approaching muscle failure right here. And you're going to see me get to the point where I can no longer continue this exercise in the concentric phase with all the effort possible. You see, continuing to pull with 100% effort until my muscles can no longer contract. That, my friends, is how you appropriately and properly reach momentary muscle failure. That is going to result in the best stimulus, the best motor unit recruitment, and the best, most effective and safe set you could possibly have. Not that nonsense that we just saw by Dr. Brad Schoenfeld. You want failure to be slow and gradual and, of course, extremely intense. So what are the two takeaways from this? First of all, of course, you need to reach failure slowly. You need to approach it. You don't want to reach it abruptly. That just simply means you just gave up or something else caused you to terminate the exercise, not a heavy, deep amount of muscular inroad, which is the purpose and the point of muscle failure. Number two, you need to approach failure with a huge amount of intensity. You don't just stop when the exercise gets difficult, because it's literally that exact moment where the exercise begins to recruit high threshold motor units and produce the stimulus, the growth stimulus, the adaptive response that we want. That is where the stimulus is. So approach muscle failure slowly, push through the discomfort, and take each set as far as you possibly can with slow and controlled reps. If you want help learning how to do this, go to goldenerasystem.com. I have a whole video program that shows you exactly what to do, how to design your workout, how to perform the exercises with demonstrations so you can start training like this and get results now. If you want direct help from me, I offer a 12-week VIP coaching program where I'll work directly with you and coach you with over 100 hours of one-on-one video coaching on how to do this exactly and precisely so you see the best results your body possibly can have, and you see them immediately. Now, don't forget, hit the like, subscribe, bell notification icon, and follow me on Instagram at _J_Vincent for more no BS scientific approaches to exercise.